Jen Piacenti back with the hot corner. Trade deadline is this Friday, so stay tuned to Fantasy Alarm. We'll have all the news and updates in real time, and it's gonna be heating up. By the time you're seeing this, another blockbuster trade will surely have gone down. So far as of this recording, we've seen the Padres hoard middle infielders, receiving second baseman and outfielder Adam Frazier from the Pirates. It's a pretty crowded infield with Cronenworth and Tatis, and the outfield is already pretty stacked too. So it looks like the Pods must be fading Profar, Hosmer, or maybe even Will Myers. Frazier was surely one of the best bats available, and he will bat leadoff. There's no real power there, but he's always a threat to be on the base path. The Pirates continued their fire sale on Tuesday by sending Tyler Anderson in a last-minute surprise move, not to the Phillies, but to Seattle, which maybe clarifies the interdivisional trade of Kendall Graveman and Rafael Montero to Houston for Abraham Toro and Joe Smith. Maybe. Giving the division leader a second potential closer so you can have a light-hitting third baseman of the future doesn't really seem like a win-now attitude, and it had to be pretty demoralizing to the team after they had just had a major comeback win versus the divisional leaders. It looks to me like Seattle had seller's remorse after seeing Graveman in an Astros uni and decided maybe they could win now, but of course they say it was their plan all along. Not sure Tyler Anderson is that piece, but you do you, Seattle. Fact is, you are surprising us all, and if Kelenic finally puts it together, you might be able to do this. But first, you'll have to get behind Oakland A's team that just got Starling Marte for Jesus Luzardo. I hate this because, well, I root for the Astros. This is a huge move by Oakland, who is only batting .233 as a team. Marte will be a threat on the bases, and it's a big boost for the club, who is in the hunt. It's a rental, but it makes a lot of sense. Looks to me like Seth Brown is likely the odd man out, and that affects likely no one. Meanwhile, the Fish get a potential back-end starter. I love Luzardo's talent, and though he hasn't yet put it all together, I think this is a great move for Miami. He's controllable through 2026, and he's got major upside. It's the first real blockbuster deal of the season, and I think both sides get the dub on this one. Meanwhile, Nelson Cruz has already been making waves for Tampa Bay, and I'm interested in Rich Hill to the Mets. Hill was likely dropped in your league after struggling mightily for the last 2 months. However, he was so good in May, his season ERA still sits at 3.87. Hill has always been a high strikeout pitcher, and now he moves to a better ballpark and out of the American League. That should certainly help the veteran lefty, who should get one free pass each time through the lineup. Don't expect him to go deep into games, but if he can get through 5 and rack up a few strikeouts for you while logging the win, he's certainly useful in the back end of your fantasy rotation. Hill is available in more than 50% of Yahoo leagues. More players we expect could be moved: Max Scherzer, Trey Turner, Trevor Story, Whit Merrifield, Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, Joey Gallo, and who do I think will be buying? Well, basically all the West Coast and maybe the Yankees. I don't think the Padres are done. I think they absolutely mean business, and that means the Dodgers and the Giants cannot sit back at the deadline. The Dodgers and the Pods, they both could use another arm to get into the postseason, so they're my favorites for Max Scherzer. The Giants should get some depth pieces, and the Astros may still be after another pitcher. Rumor has it the Mariners are in on Whit Merrifield, and the Yanks, of course, always love power, and lefty Joey Gallo would be good for the Bronx. They're only 2.5 games out of the wild card, so I do still expect them to be buyers. I like Trevor's story there too. Keep up with all the action and reaction this week at Fantasy Alarm.